Hey guys, Jay here. Today I'm going to show you how to put the printer to bed or store it for the long haul. Typically the manufacturer actually suggests you just leave it turned on for a day or 2 or 3 days, weekend, something like that. That's fine. You do not need to be hooked to the computer for this. It's actually stored inside the machine to put this printer to bed. And then, so there's some people that have been asking me how to store this without power. So say you don't have power or a storm's coming in, or maybe you want to store this for long term. There's a simple solution for this, and it's to get printhead protectant liquid, like this bottle here. Shut the machine off with the switch in the back. Manually push your head over. Get your printhead protectant liquid. Then we'll come to the cap and we'll just top this off. If you don't want to be messy about it, you can use yourself a syringe. Now, the most important part is to make sure this comes back and it's locked. And this printer should be good for 1 to 2 weeks without use and no power, just being stored this way. Make sure you keep the machine out of heat. Otherwise, the inks could still solidify and clog up your system. That is all we need to do to store this for 1 to 2 weeks. Now, if you want to do a longer term storage, maybe you're moving and you're not going to be able to use this for a month or so, we can actually shut the machine down. And then we need to open up our case here by removing these 2 screws, which are already out on this machine. And then we'll open up our case to our print head. You have to get a new syringe. So, okay, and then your printer should have came with a rubber tube, but a set of, this is ink tubing that actually goes to the printers. You can just take a section of this off like this, and we just put this on the end of our syringe if it cooperates with me. There we go. Like this. Then we take the printhead protectant fluid, which I put in another bottle. Suck it up into the syringe. And now with the machine off, we go 1 by 1. Now taking these off might drip some ink, so just bear that in mind. And we go 1 by 1 here. If you want to put something down underneath here to catch the fluid, because we're going to be pushing it through the fluid, a paper towel would work. I don't have one in here, so I'm not using one. We'll put it here. I'll remove all these just so you can see. And you see the nipples here on top of the print head. We need to go 1 by 1. So actually take this and push this down into the print head, like so. And then we just very gently squeeze the fluid through it. And then we're gonna go through each one until they run clear, like so. But catch your ink. And then we go through all 6. Okay. Once we get this done and we have all of these pushed through the print head, we just simply reattach our dampers. This machine should be ready to store for going on almost 1 month in this method here, but don't forget, you also need to fill the ink pad and lock your head over onto the capping station. So I wanted to mention this is printhead fluid. It's the same thing that's in the bottle. This is almost gone, so we topped off the smaller bottle to make it easier for us. By the way, the printhead protectant fluid, or the moisturizer or hydrator, whatever you want to call it, will come in a 500 millimeter bottle, and 500 milliliter bottle, not millimeter bottle. And we have links to that in the description below, along with syringes and anything else that you might need at jaceprinters.com. Okay, so for storing longer than a month, a problem that can happen is your ink pump can actually clog with ink. So what we do is we take the printhead protection fluid, or just the protection fluid, we fill our ink cap here. We take the same syringe without the tube, and we come around to the waste station. On this machine, it's just here next to the inks. On some machines, it'll be in the back in like a baby bottle. And we pull the waste tubes. You might have 2 or 3 of these, or maybe one. This one only has one. And we put the syringe into this waste tube. All right, and then now we're going to actually pull a vacuum here. So you see me pulling this here. And then what you can see is happening is over on the ink pad. We'll pull that fluid all the way through the system. Now the pump is protected with protectant fluid, and then your waste hose is protected with protectant fluid. If those get clogged up, then your printer won't be able to load and you won't be able to print anything. So that's why we do that step. If you're storing this for a month or longer, you'll want to do that process. So now that we have this all sucked out, it's now empty of printhead fluids, protectant fluids, so we gotta put more in. There we go. And then lock that back. This printer is now ready to store for about a month or so. That's the best we're going to get without cleaning out the entire system. So hopefully you find that helpful. I do recommend that you wear gloves. Don't do as I do as I say. Wear gloves. It's better for your fingers. Some people have known for this to cause irritations. And don't forget when you turn it back on to take your waste tube and put it back in the waste bottle. And then all you have to do when you turn it back on and get it ready is turn it on, do your first inking or your load ink, and she's ready to go. All right, well, I'm Jay, and that's to my to-do list. Thanks for stopping.